I I have hit the record button, and this meeting will be governed by the CNCF Code of Conduct, which just means be nice and polite to each other, which I'm sure we all will. Welcome, folks. Happy New Year. This is the first SIG Docs new contributor meet and greet call for this year. And Just a little about this call and myself. I'm Arsh. I've been contributing to Kubernetes for about 2 years now, and we host these monthly calls, which are basically meant for new contributors to the SIG Docs project or Kubernetes in general, you can say. So, where we try to answer any questions or doubts or problems you have been facing and try to solve them. So, this is a platform for that. Um, I see Sriram is there. He's been active in all of our previous calls. Sriram, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I hope I'm audible. Hey Arsh, hey Visnudha. My name is Sriram Venkatesh. I work at a company called Big Pine Tree, and I've been part of the Kubernetes open source ecosystem for a bit of time now. I've been joining this new contributor meeting we've called for the last 3 or 4 calls, I believe. And yeah, I was also part of the release team. Yeah, that's pretty much about me. Thanks.
Vismita, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi Ash, hi Shriram. I work in IBM. So I'm working as a part of Cloud Pak for data. I have been Kubernetes user since past 2 years, and I am also preparing for CK certification. Uh, and I wanted to start my open source contribution journey. So I was just looking for some guidance over here. Thank you.
Um, so, so let's just go ahead with that. So this call is meant for new contributors, and Sriram has been contributing for some time, so we can both try to, best answer any questions you have about beginning your journey, any problems you are facing. So we'll keep it interactive. If you have anything, please feel free to ask. Like, are you looking to contribute in a particular area, documentation per se, or just you want to get started in general?
Yeah, everyone suggested me that documentation was like every contributor's first initial step, but I'm also looking for getting into more technical contribution as well, since I have a lot of CK experience, Kubernetes experience, so I wanted to get into even technical stuff as well.
Yeah, I hear you. Documentation does not necessarily mean that it's like not technical because like the Kubernetes documentation is also very
Yeah,
technical. But I get what you're saying about like writing code and not writing code.
yes,
So
yes.
yeah, let me share my screen and I'll walk you through like the Kubernetes website and how you can, start contributing. Give me a second. Share my screen. So if you look at your screen, this is the repo where like the Kubernetes documentation code lives and like the actual docs themselves. So just clone this repo, like fork this repo and clone it. And the way to get started is go to the issues tab and usually I suggest that people, check out the good first issues label, but sometimes like they are taken, like you see all of them as someone assigned to them. But what I would still recommend is go through some of the previous ones and like, see, this has been open since 21. So most probably there's not active work being done on it. Like someone probably like assigned it to them, but there hasn't been work done. So just, check in and see that, hey, can I help with this or something like that. But if you find that all of them are taken, then just browse through the issues themselves, like just go through the list and see what you can pick up. And it might feel like daunting at first, like I don't know anything about Node, but that's where you'll see that there's a label attached to it here, like right, like SIG, it says like SIG node, right? So I don't know if you are familiar with this, but the Kubernetes project is divided into different SIGs, which are like special interest groups. It's like this call is part of the documentation special interest group. So similarly, there's like a node, cluster lifecycle, and apps. Docs is here, cloud providers. This all of these are there. So all of the are you on the Kubernetes Slack, Vismita?
Yeah, I'm there on Kubernetes Lab.
Cool. So all of these SIGs have different channels on the Kubernetes Slack. Are you on the SIG docs channel?
Yes, yes.
Okay, awesome. So all of them, like SIG docs, have their own channel. So what you can do is pick an issue, read about it, and it's totally fine if you have absolutely like no idea about it. Like having an idea is good, but even if you have just the slightest idea, you are mostly good to proceed. Like then just try to understand, comment on the issue. I want to work on this. What needs to be done? And also, like if you don't get a reply, then just poke on the Slack channel of that particular SIG and tell them that, hey, I want to pick this issue up. Can you help me with like what needs to be changed in the documentation? And that's how you can pick up work and get things done. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure. Uh, yeah, regarding the SIGs, right? I have joined a few SIG channels as well. How do I get an overview of how many special channels are there, and how can I align myself to my area of interest?
Um, I don't know if there's an option to see all of the channels, but I think like there's an option to search for channels. Like just go to on Slack where there'll be an option like plus sign where all your channels are, and like there's an option called
Okay,
browse all channels, and then you'll be able to search. So in the search bar, if you just type SIG, then you'll see a list
okay,
of all the SIGs and their channels. So that way you can know. But I think there's a website called Kubernetes/community. If I'm not wrong. Yep. So here, if you go to Kubernetes/community, you'll find a list of all the SIGs there are. You'll see what they
okay,
work on. So you'll see that storage special interest group, what is it responsible for? So based on what you do with Kubernetes at your work, there might be a particular area you're interested in, be it storage or the architecture or CLI if you just work for if you just work using kubectl, all of those stuff. So using that, you can find an area of interest. So that's a good way to see where you want to go.
okay.
Awesome. So that was all I wanted to share. Do you have any more questions?
Uh, yeah, is there any issue regarding sick dogs which I can start with or anything?
I don't know of any issue off the top of my head. I would recommend you go through this list. Sriram, are you familiar with any issue which you could recommend to Vismita?
Uh, Same as you said, nothing off the top of my head, but I believe we can make use of the labels to
Yeah.
find good issues. Like I think good first issue is the label that we have. Right?
Yeah. But that's almost taken. So I recommend her to just go through this list and see what it does. So yeah, I would recommend you go through this list and then also keep an eye on the SigDocs channel because people usually post about active issues or something which needs help urgently. Just keep a track of those discussions, and you'll
Okay,
find something. If not, let me know and I can help further.
Also, another
sure.
tip here is that you can filter the issues based on the triage accepted label. So that means some maintainer would have gone through the issue and they probably would have made a note of what needs to be done. And
Okay.
that is a change that is accepted. And the issues
Is
which
it
doesn't
meaning
have
it's merged those issues?
No.
not
Triage
yeah.
accepted.
Triage accepted means that so anyone can create an issue on the Kubernetes repo, right? It's a public repository, but
Okay.
triage accepted means the maintainers have just gone through that issue and like there has been some initial discussion and it has been acknowledged that like this issue needs to be worked on and we know like what work needs to be done.
Okay. Fine.
Cool. Do you have any other questions?
No.
Okay. Shriram, is there anything you wanted to talk about on the call?
Not really.
Okay. I think then we can end the call early since there are no other participants and give people back some of their time.
Thanks, Harsh. Thanks,
Yep.
Shivam.
Happy to help. Awesome. It was really nice seeing you all. I'll see you in the next call. Thank you for joining. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Okay.